We're going to talk about Doom Patrol issue 1. This is the first book from DC's Young Animal line, which is kind of like almost a Vertigo line, but not really, but in the continuity of the universe.
Is it in continuity?
I think
Well,
it is.
They're
I'm not
familiar
sure.
with people.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if it's like. See, a lot of it still feels like it's an alternate universal thing where
Maybe it is.
they exist. Like
I'll be honest, I didn't understand what I read. So,
No one understand what they read, Matt.
Okay.
No, they did.
well, I feel there's people online, and I
They're
don't have to
lying.
say their names, that are gonna be like, "Oh, I totally got it." Like, you guys just don't get it because you're not, you're not cool enough to read stuff on this level.
Before we run away with it, Doom Patrol issue 1 is written by Gerard Way, and it's got art by Nick Derrington. And we mainly focus on an ambulance driver. What's her name again? Oh, I've forgotten her name.
It's the main title of the book.
It's not Claire, it's...
It begins with like a C.
It's
Something.
a C, yeah, because it's her birthday, isn't it? Or it was going to be her birthday. Casey. There you go.
Casey, that's it. Casey Brink.
Yeah, Casey Brink. She's an ambulance driver, and we see her, taking a body back to the hospital, and we see her on her break. She is with her partner. She's playing an arcade machine while he's eating a burrito, and she goes home, has a fight with her roommate, and gets a new roommate when a new person shows up and makes him explode into a party, like, popper type situation. That's all it
Don't
started.
forget about Robot
Also,
Man.
Robot Man shows up and explodes.
We've got a
from the Euro.
It gets run over.
Yeah, it's not
But
exploding.
that's
That's right.
It gets happy at
That's
the
right.
That's kind of like Robot Man's thing, though. He always gets like
And I
broken
get
up
that.
and stuff, which is great.
But, so I
Am I
haven't
the
read
only one
Morrison's
who's-
Doom Patrol.
You
Yeah.
haven't?
No.
I've
Am
never
I the
read-
only one who.
I have
No?
never read
Okay.
Doom Patrol in my life, Tim. This is new to me.
So, I really like this issue, and I'm a pretty big fan of the Doom Patrol, and not just Morrison's run. Like I haven't read everything that they've been in, but there was a good Teen Titans arc that Johns wrote with them, and
That's what I was gonna bring up. Is that's my introduction, and the only way I know Doom Patrol is through the Johns, and it was that one arc. Like,
yeah,
Did they
that
get
one
a book
arc is
out of
pretty
that?
good.
I've
What's
seen
that?
them show up every so often.
They-
I think they showed up in the New 52, didn't they?
Well, there was before that, Matt. Like after that, I don't know how soon it was after, but Keith Giffen did a run on
Yeah.
them, which was actually pretty good as well. I really like Doom Patrol because they are, and I know this book is really weird, but that's kind of like the point of the Doom Patrol. Like they are a really weird, offbeat superhero team, and Gerard Way is actually like friends with Morrison. I feel like they have.
Joe, it's funny, Tim, as you said they're an offbeat superhero team, and all I could think is, wait, this is about a superhero team? I didn't get that
That's
at
the
all.
whole thing. Like,
It's one issue.
Not yet, it's not.
Yeah.
well,
it's-
no, but like I get Dr. Calder and Robot Man and was it Negative Man? The one that can jump.
Yeah, Negative Man. I'm trying to think, like during Morrison's run, he combines with like
Hold
a
on.
woman too, and
Yeah.
Before we start talking about things that people know from actual previous things, let's just talk about what's in the issue, right?
Yeah. So, out of all those characters that I think I know about Doom Patrol, Robot Man's the only one that shows up.
Right, you got
So-
Robot Man.
aside
and
from like the one page of Niles Calder.
Right, so-
Yeah.
Synthesizer.
So we follow I forgot her name again, Casey? Cassie?
Casey.
yeah.
Casey. Right. So we follow Casey, and I actually really like Casey, right? And I think a big thing this book has going for it is that she doesn't seem to know what any of this stuff is either. And her learning stuff as she goes will be our introduction.
We'll learn along with it.
Yeah. And I think that'll help out a lot. Still though, her reaction to this new random woman who shows up at her door, singing happy birthday and exploding her roommate, and then accepting her as her new roommate.
I think she might be just in shock at that point. To be honest,
Possibly.
where she's not entirely sure what on earth's going on.
But she's going to help her rebuild the robot man that exploded in front of her, or get hit by the truck in front of her. And that's kind of where we are with them. We also get a scene of this like evil boardroom of people who all look like a Tron. And they're going to...
Except for the two melting guys.
except for the two melting guys.
Yeah.
And they're going to start a new burger chain based on this meat that they can keep growing out of this organic meat life form thing that they're going to force into producing meat for them.
I really like their little like team slogan. Yeah.
Now, what you guys probably aren't going to realize is there's a character from Morrison's run called Danny the Street, which was kind of like this street that could appear.
Street.
Yeah, and you could like appear anywhere and like transport them and stuff. So I think they mentioned like that they're making. They mentioned Danny somewhere there, and I feel like that's where they're gonna get the meat from. Is they're basically going to be harvesting Danny. That's what I kind of feel like. Which, again, if you have no idea, like what Danny the Living Street is.
I think this is a problem with like bringing in your past knowledge of Doom Patrol. Is it kind of like you're saying
that's why Young Animal is Young Animal, and this is not a rebirth thing.
Yeah.
No, but it's still an issue
because it's gonna
one.
have to base off that. I know that, but
what I'm saying though is I don't feel like there's much point in us talking about all these characters you know from the previous thing, because this is clearly meant to be a new issue one.
Okay, but I'm giving you context for stuff that you're not going to understand.
I don't think this is the thing.
They're called Danny Burgers. That's where it's coming from.
Yeah. But the thing is I feel like Matt was throwing names at me as well about characters he knows from it, and I'm like, all you're doing is confusing me more. Like,
but that's my main problem with this is it feels like, okay, so I used to hate on Doctor Who a lot, right? Because I didn't understand it. And then I watched some issues. I watched some episodes, and I'm like, okay, it's fine. But there were certain arcs where I had no clue what was going on.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what happened here. Like, this could be a lot of fun, but this whole introduction stuff, I have no idea what's going on. I don't know how anything is going to meet up with anything else.
And there's a small scene we've not talked about yet. There's a random guy in like a park playing like piano or keyboards.
Yeah, that's Dr. Calder.
I'd explain who it is, Calder? Peter, but you seem to get mad when I bring in my knowledge from the previous
but
series.
It says that. It says that on the thing. It says Dr. Niles Calder, and then he just plays a synthesizer, and that's what we get a half a page or a page of. And this is the type of stuff that I hate, that gets like, oh my god, that was so avant-garde. Well, was it really, or was it a dude like wasting space playing a synthesizer?
Right, Tim, explain who Niles Calder is then.
He's basically like the leader of the Doom Patrol. He's like the Professor X character, if you will. He's kind of like this very brainy scientist who kind of like he's built really Robot Man, and he's
so he built Robot Man. Okay, right.
Yeah, and he kind of like brings a team together.
This is more giving me context now. I think before you told me some things, and you didn't tell me who that was in this book. Like I didn't know who we were talking about. It was just like a random person that I didn't even.
Danny the Living Street too is hard to give context to.
This is the thing for me though. Like, yes, this just throws it all out there, and I'm like pure and have not really any context for this. But I was okay with it because, like I said, I really like Casey, and you attach onto her.
Oh yeah, no, I enjoyed this book as well. I actually really like this book. I'm just jumping in here because like Matt keeps trying to like explain things or getting Tim to explain things to him. Like he's really trying to like make sense of it, and I feel like there's almost no point at this stage because we clearly
I agree.
We don't really
See, I hate that. I hate that you're gonna charge me $4 and just go, well, you have to wait. So here, give me another 20 and I'll give you everything else. And it's like, well, how about you seed some stuff in a context way? Because there's stuff even that Casey says about her prom, and that her, like, there's some weird dialogue about somebody flying through a star or something like.
But I think just wanting to know more is what keeps you coming back. You're interested enough in what you'll get, and then it's like, right, you want to know more?
I think everything with Casey I really like, and I like the introduction of the Robot Man. The Calder guy playing the keyboard I thought was weird because there was just no context for it. It was just him playing a keyboard. The scene with the guy.
Why did Robot Man come out of a Euro?
Well, hold on, I'm getting to that in a second. Right? But like the keyboard man was kind of out of context and stupid, right? Because it didn't connect to anything. Whereas the boardroom meeting about the meat burger thing, at least there was enough of that I got what that scene in and of itself was. Whereas the keyboard guy, it was just a page of someone playing a keyboard, and I didn't get it. Yeah. Whereas the scene with them talking about the meat burgers, they set up something. They set up, we're going to do this thing, and I got that they were kind of shady, that what they're doing is wrong. Like there was enough there that I understood that. Now, what I wanted to get to, the other thing I wanted to get to, was the fact that the burrito, right? there's a hidden universe in the burrito. This was the thing where this got really trippy because he threw the burrito. Her, like Casey's co-worker, the other ambulance guy, the paramedic, throws it in the trash, and we go into the burrito, and there's this universe, and it sets off an explosion, and then it cuts back to them in the real world, and the trash explodes. I didn't get that part so much.
No, and I get what he was saying about how the Euro comes together and like that's how the universe, like there's all these pieces that make the bigger thing. But then you literally put a pocket universe in there and had Robot Man come flying out of it.
I think the problem is Matt's just getting too angry talking about this.
What I figured is that he was probably on some type of mission and that he basically like killed the universe and then came out of it or something. But yeah, I mean it's super weird. But again, like
what I like though is there was a link to this stuff and Calder with the fly, because obviously we see the fly go onto it, and then their speech bubble is just the fly. But then when he's playing the synthesizer, there's just the fly again.
Yeah, I wasn't really sure what that meant, but I did notice the fly like popping up.
Yeah,
throughout.
so did I. And I know this is why I don't watch David Lynch, because this is what happens when I watch David Lynch, and I want to start throwing stuff.
But see, Matt,
like,
this makes me frustrated at you though, because anything you don't like get conventionally sort of told. Like,
well, it's not even conventionally, because I can watch like a Kubrick movie, and it's fine. But once you start going too far the other direction, I get angry because I feel like now you're wasting my time. And it's like, that's cool, I'm glad it exists, but like I felt like I wasted $4 buying this book. Then I wasted the 20 minutes reading it.
See, I disagree. I think you can tell. I think you can tell a few pages in, or if it's a movie like David Lynch, you can tell a few scenes in that you can tell enough to trust the people telling the story that there's going to be a greater meaning to this. Whether or not it's going to be completely spelled out at some point.
I'm not sticking out.
See, look, you're getting angry and you're interrupting. Like, see, this is where you know he's getting agitated. He's getting really agitated talking about this. Well, I'm going to continue reading this book because I'm intrigued and I enjoy it.
Also, if I can say, well, let me ask you guys too: have you guys read anything else by Gerard Way? Most notably, probably Umbrella Academy.
No, I don't think so.
Just listening to My Chemical Romance count.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, you can say
that, and I don't like it that much.
Me either.
I like My Chemical. I'm a fan of theirs.
Well, I like Three Cheers, but past that, I jump out because then it becomes an art project, and I'm kind of like.
They're not my favorite band, but they're good. But I really like Umbrella Academy, but I feel like it was kind of set up in a similar way where, it tells.
Can I just jump in and ask what the hell Gerard Way has to do with My Chemical Romance?
He's the main guy. And
news to me.
How did you not know this?
Because I hate My Chemical Romance. Why would I know that?
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is,
if you're gonna hate something, you should at least understand it.
He just looks like an emo.
That's not true, because I don't like modern pop music, and I'm not going to take time to find out why.
I think if you understand something, you should know why you hate it.
Well, and I get why. Anyways.
But what basically what I was saying, though, I really enjoy Umbrella Academy. I feel like it's pretty similar, and it also is kind of structured similarly, where, yes, the first issue is weird. It does drop you in this crazy universe, but by the end, he did tell a complete story that made sense. And I have faith that that's probably what's going to happen here. And it is probably going to be very weird, and there will probably be, like, weird aside stuff. But again, Doom Patrol, that's kind of their thing. It is going to be kind of weird. Maybe there will be not everything will make like total sense, but that's kind of the ride that you're going in. If you read this issue and you don't like it, then I probably wouldn't recommend sticking with it. But if you do like it, then I would highly recommend checking out Morrison's run, because it's really fantastic.
I wonder if a universe is born and died every time I hiccup.
Probably.
That got existential very quickly. Yeah, I'm sticking with. I'm at least reading this issue too. I was intrigued enough, and I liked the main girl. I liked the overall tone of the book was very unique, and I liked that. So I am down for it.
And real quick, I'd say I enjoyed the art too. I thought it had like a fun
I liked
art
it,
style.
The art I can get behind. The art looked great. I just wish I could make sense of it. The rest of it.
That was good. Had a very good muted color palette as well,
Yeah.
which I thought was cool. No, I like Doom Patrol issue 1.